Hi, I'm Rob, and in this video I'm going to show you the team I'm going to use for this Sibling Rivalry World event, and a couple of alternatives too in case you don't have the troops I'm going to show. Now this is a week-long event, so if you're not in a guild you really should get in one because you're going to gain a ton of rewards, and if you think you're not missing out, get in a guild and you'll see what I mean. If you are in a guild, then check out the teams. Right, first things first, what I always recommend is you grab the rewards absolutely straight away. Now, the reason you do this is because you do this event with your guild. A lot of your teammates may have already started, which, as you can see, mine already have. And as doing so, they'll collect a token of spirits. As you can see, when you get this evolved to a badge of spirits, you will do plus 40% spell damage for all troops in the current event. When this eventually evolves ultimately to a medal of spirits, you get 160% spell damage for all troops in a current event. So this lasts literally the entire week, and it is super useful, so totally recommend that. And what it also means is, of course, that even though you think a team wasn't particularly powerful at the beginning, as you evolve these badges and into medals, they get really powerful, so totally worth doing. I'll show you what I mean absolutely straight away. I'll grab this. Let's get Orb of Growth. Oh, Orb of Clans, nice. Now we evolve the badge. It's now a badge of spirits. We want to make sure we apply this in our medal section. This is for the benefit of newer players, obviously. I appreciate that experienced players will know exactly how to do this, so I do try and do my videos for the benefit of newer players at the same time. So now we've got that equipped, we're going to do plus 40% spell damage for all troops, which is really cool. Alright, let's jump back in again. Sibling Rivalry. So we got that. Next thing I'd recommend is grab tier 1 from the shop. This is going to give you a potion of enchantment, which means all your troops will start enchanted at the start of every single battle, and this is for the entire week, so that is 30 gems, completely well spent. Grab that. You're going to get other stuff as well, souls, event sigils, more tokens, and extra troops, which is super useful if you are a newer player. And as you can see, I've evolved this badge a little bit further. Right, now once we got that, we can go to the fight. Now what I'm going to do is start the fight, and I'll just stay on the one that's got the highest level, basically, just to show how the team works. And I'll show a couple of varieties of this team as well, just in case any players do not have Queen Beatrix. She's amazing. She's available from the Underworld in the Deep Hive, and Venoxia comes from standard gem chests, or any other chests if you're lucky enough to get one. Right, the way this team works, and I'll explain the other teams in a minute and alternatives, is you start empowered with Leprechaun. You just cast Leprechaun, he explodes a load of green gems, which is going to boost up our Mystic Manuscript, Queen Bee and Venoxia. And for the class, I'm going to change this because this is just because I started this and I haven't got Barbarian to 100 level yet. So for speed, you're going to want to change this to anything that's basically going to give you a 50% start. So I'm going to go and stick it in Archer class. Archer class is really cool. Start battles with 50% mana and lots of cool things to like in here as well, like excuse me, Hunters mark a random enemy on 4 or 5 of a kind. Root Trap, entangling the first enemy at the start is really cool. Can have a Leaf Storm at the start, which is going to be more beneficial than a backup, because unless you're a really new player, then you're not going to need that backup, because we're not going to die at the beginning. Goblins don't care about that. All green allies then. And dodge is pretty nifty. And not sure any of these actually apply, but all the other stuff is really cool. So we'll have Archer class. Banners wise, we'll go for +2 green, +1 purple, -1 red. So basically with this team, we've got a 50% start mana on this. It explodes a load of purple gems, which fills up our Venoxia and Leprechaun again, gives a status effect to Queen Beatrix. And basically these two work fantastically well hand in hand. The way Queen Beatrix works is she creates 9 green and 9 brown gems and does all that true scatter damage. But obviously the green goes onto the weapon, as does the brown, which means we can cast that again often straight away. So this works really well in itself. But because this is a green only event, If you don't have one of those troops or the other, then other stuff I would recommend is obviously King Gobtruffle is a really good shout. Can't go wrong with King Gobtruffles. And if you got two of him, I would literally just chuck two in the same team. With something like this, just replace Queen Beatrix if you don't have her, replace Venoxia as well with two King Gobtruffles, and you've got a really good team. Really fast and ready to go. You might want to change that weapon maybe, but yeah, King Gobtruffle, two of them, really easy, fast team for this kind of event. It's going to generate a lot of extra turns, and that is the way I would go if I didn't have one of these troops. Right, so I'm going to dive straight in and see what we can do. This should be a nice quick charging team. So we've got 50% start with the weapon, we've got the potion of enchantment everywhere, we can cast Leprechaun from the beginning. Not even going to look, I'm just going to cast Leprechaun straight away. There we go, Queen Beatrix. See you later, mate. And next, Queen Moonclaw. Always go for the legendary troops when you can at first, they are always worth more points. Again, just a quick glance around for maybe some 4 matches. If not, we can cast our manuscript, get a bunch of mana from that. Everyone's ready to go now, thanks to the potion of enchantment, and just Queen Beatrix or Venoxia, whoever you choose. Go to me, Queen Moonclaw again. That's another handy thing about Venoxia. Gain 1 magic when an ally casts a spell. It's only slow but sure, but it really makes a difference. And I didn't explain it at the beginning, but the reason why this works so well with Queen Beatrix when you need to cast both of these later on is that this creates 9 green and then 9 blue, as well as deals true damage. So this helps fill up Queen Bee because of the blue side of that mana creation. And yeah, it just works really, really well hand in hand. This is a really good team where literally all the troops work fantastically well with each other. As I said, if you don't happen to have Queen Beatrix or Venoxia or both, then just swap both of them out for King Gobtruffle. You will still fly along and make mincemeat out of this sibling rivalry. Lots of cool rewards as we go along. Here's the first mythic boss, Suna. Just leave the points value up for her there just briefly. Cast Leprechaun. Cast B. Obviously the speed at which these things happen on the later stages is going to be a variable on your magic level in the game. The higher your level, the higher your magic will be increased, and therefore that will obviously adjust how much damage you do. So everybody has to base their damage portion of the game on that. Higher level players obviously do benefit more from that kind of thing. Right, the Wendigo. Cast B. Let's cast. Well, you can cast B again or Venoxia. It's always better to cast B first because it's a good habit to get into, because Venoxia you want to cast when you haven't got B there, because that can charge to be up again, you see. Moonclaw. So that didn't quite get our team charged, so we can cast our manuscript. That's helped a little bit. Now we can cast B first. Now we can cast Venoxia second. This has got a high chance of getting some mana for Queen Beatrix, but we didn't actually need it. We did have a 4 match there on green if required, but no one survived. Both up again. Queen Bee's up again. And everybody's dead, Dave. Here's Moonclaw. Not the fastest start in the world, with not much green on the board this time, but we should still get something. There's a lot of purple there for our weapon to explode. Cast B. Now this is where Venoxia can fill up B again. She did, but doesn't actually matter because again, everybody's dead. Birchthorn. Like I said, the cool thing about this is even though you may have to multiple cast some of these troops a couple of times now, throughout the week as your guild progresses through, completes more stages and you get more tokens, you're ultimately going to evolve into the medal, which is going to give you that massive damage bonus, and you'll find that you're suddenly whizzing through again in no time at all. Really easy team to use, not much to think about, which is how you like it sometimes. Sometimes it's just nice to switch off your brain and just let the game roll along for you. Like, really get loads of green from this. One there, 4 max from the top. May as well cast the Leprechaun anyway. Everybody's ready to rock and roll. Now we'll cast Venoxia. That got the B up again, but it didn't need it. Nice and easy. Wendigo. Check out my Soulforge review video earlier today if you've not done so already. Some fantastic weapons and a couple of cool troops in there today, so totally worth having a gander at. A gander being a look, if you're not familiar with UK slang. And I'll say some things sometimes where, like, particularly my American watchers may hear and go, what the hell is that dude on about? That may happen, I don't know. Just saying that, a lot of UK films or British films are popular in America. They've got a lot of UK or British slang in them as well, so sure a lot of people get it at least. Alright, I'll just do a couple more because it's really plain to see how this team is gonna work. Yeah, not an absolute ton of green to explode, but enough. Oh no, B first. Right, I'll just do 1 or 2 more. This is going to be it. Very straightforward, super easy. And there it is. Alright, well, I think that's enough because I think it's pretty clear how that team works. Nice and easy. Oh, let's just do Suna one more time. She deserves it. Some green there so we can explode them, get some mana. Well, not loads of green there, a moderate amount I would say. The cool thing about having troops that explode like Leprechaun is we've still got these gargoyle gems at the moment, the red-eyed ones which give negative status effects to the enemy, and the blue-eyed ones which give positive status effects to our team. So really good to make use of those. Okay, Suna's get in it one more time. Cast green. And that. A lovely cascade. Don't even need to get the 4 matches on green that were there, because the job is done. Well, there it is. There's the video. If you found the team or anything else useful, helpful, or whatever, then be sure to think about clicking that like and subscribe button, because it really does help. But most of all, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you again next time.